What's up, and welcome to another episode, Master Moats Film Session. And today we're going to be talking about James Daniels, the right guard that the Pittsburgh Steelers signed this offseason from the Chicago Bears. Just looking at a couple of things that he does really well and what he's ultimately going to be bringing to this offensive line to make it new and improved. But before we go any further, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already done so. But like we always do, that's Mr. James Daniels right there. I'm going to play it in full speed, and after that, I'm going to break it down. Love when we get to talk a little O-line, right? They never get enough love. Okay, we like it. So, let's start this thing out like how we always do, alright? So, when we see James right here, we know that, as I said earlier, he's at that right guard position. And with this particular run, and like I say, he's right here. Make sure I circle him one more time for those that don't see him. Right there at that right guard spot. But this is a simple inside zone run. And his job right here is to try to cut off Aaron Donald. But at the same time, as long as he gives this running back a clear lane right or left, this is a good job by him. But the thing that I like is this. First off, granted, you get a little bit of a crossover with his feet, but it's more of an alley run the way that he's doing it because he's trying to reach Aaron Donald. And Donald's job is to get in this gap right here. Let me do that again. That was kind of yucky. But Aaron Donald's job is to cross James Daniels' face to get into this A gap right here. So James is trying to ultimately do the opposite of that. He's trying to cut him off, but at the same time, you want to stay square, right? Because if you just turn and put your butt directly in this hole right here, well, all Aaron Donald's going to do is just shoot this back door, make the play like we've seen him do millions of times, you know? But by James Daniels staying square right here, it allows his running back to get a two-way go, but it also keeps Aaron Donald from crossing his face, but at the same time, not allowing him the opportunity to go back door either, which is something that Aaron Donald has made a killing of doing because of the speed and athletic ability that he has. But right here, as you can see, square shoulders, upfield in terms of his leverage, so you can see this is, you know, where he has the cutoff block, and this running back has a two-way go. He can go through here, or he can take it out the back door. Now, I think this is a good cut by this running back because, number one, he knows that, hey, Aaron Donald is going to be trying to cut across him right here, and he's going to fight pressure with pressure. But what James does a good job of is right at the end, even though he has the cutoff and the running back ends up going back door instead of hitting it in this hole, he's still in a good enough position. He's still square and has enough body control to not allow Donald to come off of that. And I like the little veteran saggy tug at the end of that thing, man. Not too much. You don't want to make it egregious, but you definitely want to give him a little something on the way out right there. But ultimately, that was beautiful in terms of how he was able to spring Montgomery on this run. I'm getting excited just thinking about when he does that for Najee. Whew. Yeah, buddy. But this is good size right here. And like I said, man, you're going against Aaron Donald. You know what type of guy he is. So you can't slow play this thing because Donald can definitely beat him across his face. But at the same time, you don't want to be too fast because Donald could then go back door. So he does a really good job. Like I said, man, just staying square, alley run, get into that upfield shoulder. You see the leverage, upfield shoulder? I like it right there, baby. I like that. But these are some of the things that James brings to the table in terms of just having that physicality, being able to get in position, be strong enough to fight the strong arm from Aaron Donald, and I'll pull that up right here. Being strong enough to ultimately not allow Aaron Donald to condense his body into this hole. Because as a defender right here, this is what you're thinking, okay? If you can't cross his face, now you're saying, okay, I got to put this guy's body in the hole. So I got to take 6'8", James Daniels, and I got to fill this hole with his body, and then I could ultimately play the back door of this and then make that tackle right here. But because James did a good job of getting his hands on Aaron Donald, he did not allow him to do that. So now he can't really condense this hole with his body. Montgomery can still get through there if he needed to. But then he's also in a good enough position where Aaron Donald can't just shove him off, drop this outside hand, and then fall off and make the tackle either. Like I said, really good fundamentals, man. Hand placement, hat, good knee bend, everything that you want right there on that play, on that particular block, especially against a caliber player of Aaron Donald. I mean, because we know who he is. But next, nice, like I said, really nice job right there by James, though. And let's see what my man Najee's going to do behind this beautiful run blocking, baby. All right, now in this play, we're going to get a chance to see James Daniels having to pass block. As we always do, That's my man right there at that right guard spot, number 68, baby. Gotta have that energy for the O-line, man. Come on, man. Everybody gets excited about wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, even us on the defensive side of the ball, edge rushes and stuff like that. But we gotta give the big guys up front some love, all right? So if you see a big old lineman, man, whether he's a current guy or a former guy, man, just give him a little love, all right? Come on, baby. But as I said, this is James Daniels right here at the right guard spot. We're going to play this in full speed, and then after that, we will break it down. Alrighty. Now, in this particular setup right here, like I said, James at that right guard spot, he's blocking. I mean, he's pass block right here, but he has a guy in front of him because it's a 4-3 look, okay? So when we talk about that 4-3, we're just saying it's 1, 2, 3, 4 down D linemen, and then it's going to be 3 off-ball linebackers. This is one of them right here. They're just in an under front, so they walk him down, and he could be your extra rusher if need be, okay? That's the only thing that's going on right here. But with that being the case, James has to understand he has a couple of threats right now, right? So you could get a straight rush where this would be his guy that he'd have to worry about, right? Inside, outside, however he wants to do it, or even trying to go directly over him, okay? So he has to protect that threat. So he can't be too much in a hurry and he can't get too enamored with it. But from this angle, it's hard to see. It's another gentleman right over in this area right here who's very similar to how this guy's aligned, okay? But with that being the case, James has to understand that I have to protect this A gap, but if there's any outside action coming in here, I also have to be ready to pick that up as well, okay? So as we start to play the play, let's see what happens here. All right, so right away, I love this right here. Shoot that inside hand, protect your buddy right here, okay? Not leaving too fast either. Footwork, he stays home. He's not jumping out this thing in a hurry. He's not having this crazy jump set like he's a tackle and leaving this center right here on the island. He's giving him hand protection, he's giving him body positioning, and that's ultimately going to help this guy out, all right? Now, as the play progresses, what does he understand? He says, man, 91 isn't going inside this A gap, but at the same time, he can feel that, hey, man, this is an inside rush. He knows he has the center there. Now he gets his eyes to the outside because he wants to see, man, where is my action? What's going on over here, all right? Center slid to me. We got action, all right? Hand here, eyes out here because, like I said, we got this extra guy right here. So now there's 1, there's 2, there's 3 gentlemen over here, right? So for James, he knows, okay, this is my guy now. I've painted this guy, he's mine. You still don't leave and go get him though. Why? Because you would leave this center isolated. But does a really good job of holding off that inside rush by 91 for as long as he could with his hand. And then once 96 decides to come inside and he commits, now he leaves him and comes over here to pick this guy up. But look at this. Hands shot out. I like that. Good knee bend. All right. Head up out the thing. Okay, let's go. And now from there, okay, we got a little big body here. Big on big. How does he handle the bull rush? How does he handle that? Look at that. Anchor. Come here. Sit down. Take some time, man. You ain't going nowhere. I like it. I like it a lot. But just good fundamentals, man. Top to bottom. Hand placement. Eyes. Absorbing the bull rush. Hot feet. Okay? He does not allow his feet to go dead. And why is that important? If your feet go dead as an offensive lineman versus a bull rush, versus this contact right here, if his feet stop, 96 is going to counter this. 96 would ultimately, you could do what you call a snatch and jerk. So you give him the bull rush. If James stops his feet, 96 takes his momentum, pulls him down, and then ultimately will rip off of this and come inside to get a QB hit, sack potentially, all right? But James does what? Watch his feet. Starts pumping them. Boom. Another one. Boom. All right? That's what we call anchoring, to ultimately absorb the initial blow and then the drive from 96 on that bull rush. But excellent job right here. He gives Andy Dalton plenty of time. He doesn't even crowd his space right here. Andy, I mean, for real, has a beautiful pocket, and which is why he's able to deliver a nice throw right here. But this is good right here by James, man. Like this across the board, man, because like we know, it's more than just run blocking. You got to protect, and we know we're going to have new quarterback action back there. No longer 7. So with that being said, keep these guys clean. And I think James is definitely going to be able to do that, baby. But definitely like this rep right here, man. Here it is one more time, full speed for you, baby. Big man. Put the balls on him. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, now this final play we're going to talk about from James just shows him now having to block versus an inside rusher. We saw in that last clip the center was turning to him. The slide was to him, so he had that extra guy there so he could jump out. This time, the center is going to be turning away. So, different mechanic in terms of, different in terms of responsibility, but it's good to see the technique once again showing up in a positive way. So here it is. I played him full speed, but that's James right there at that right guard spot. Number 68, baby! And here we go. All righty. So, when we talk about this protection right here, first off, we know personnel-wise is 11 personnel, meaning, or you know how we do it, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 11. All right, that's how we count it, you know, at the professional level. And I think pretty much anywhere that does the basic numbering system, that's typically how it goes. But with this being the case, though, he knows tight ends to his side. So it's 3 guys over here and essentially 3 guys over here. And when I say the 3 guys, I mean guard, tackle, tight end, and then you have center, guard, tackle. All right, and you're facing a 5 down look. Got your 2 stand-up outside guys, your 3 interior D linemen. 41 is off-ball linebacker. We're not really worried about him right now. But as we play this play, we know right away in terms of, you see James right there with the nice little point. I don't know if you caught that. Let me rewind that back real quick for you. But he has a subtle point to 69. Just kind of like, yeah, right there. Just reassuring himself, I guess, that that's who he has. But right away, we see 6'7" going where? He's going away from James, okay? So by 6'7" going over here, that means this is the slide protection over here. So everyone on this side of the line of scrimmage is going to be one-on-one. You're ISO'd because you got your tight end. He's going to be on the outside rusher. 74, the tackle, is going to be on 94. And now that leaves us James Daniels versus 69, all right? Now remember, with 69, he has an inside alignment. So, in that last clip, we talked about James ultimately having to stay patient, inside hand, vision on the outside, and then go out there to take on that blocker. This situation is different because he doesn't have help inside. So, with that being the case, he has to beat this guy in here. He has to close off this A gap, all right? So, how do you do that? What are you going to do, James? Well, first off, you see the center. He gave you a little bit of a hand right there, which is good. 69 really didn't threaten the gap, but 6'7" does a good job of at least flashing a hand. That's important to give James that extra second to close down this gap and get in position. All right. Now that he's there, he's staying square. Okay. Staying square. Inside hands. You see him repurposing the hand, reposition the hands. I love that right there because, yeah, it's going to be times where your first hand placement or the first time you put your hands on the on your opponent, it's not where you wanted to be. They're on the outside. All right. Well, you got to readjust them things and get them back out there. So watch this hand right here. Just watch him while he's hand fighting 6'9", man. This is beautiful work right here. Boom. Let's readjust. Boom. Okay, we're going to readjust again. Boom. That's what you need right there. That's active hands right there. And that's ultimately helping him maintain position because, like I said, 6'9" has natural leverage by his alignment. But James using his hands, repositioning them, keeping his feet moving. You notice his feet never stop moving. They never stop. They stay square, but they never stop. That's important. That is critical to him being able to ultimately absorb the power from 6'9" in this bull rush, but also in terms of him getting in body position to cut off this rusher right here and not have to do anything illegal in terms of holding or having his arms outside the framework. Excellent job in terms of his technique, and this is what James continues to show. When you watch him on tape, you see this a lot. Very fundamentally sound, really good size, and I think as a whole, man, he's going to definitely help out this Steelers offensive line, man. So definitely excited to see what he can bring to the table once the season gets here. But you let me know your thoughts on James Daniels obviously being here, what you think he brings to the table, and ultimately how you think that's going to impact Najee Harris, baby. But as always, I appreciate you for tuning in, and until next time, baby, peace.